Hello everyone. Today we are going to discuss about other psychiatric condition, that is autism spectrum disorder. In the last videos we had a discussion regarding some of the childhood mental health disorder. Autism spectrum disorder is also coming under childhood mental disorder only, but it can affect any time, any person. So there is no time limit or age limit, but specifically it is a developmental disorder, so we can consider it as a childhood disorder. So let's talk about autism today. ASD or autism spectrum disorder is a developmental disorder that affects persons two aspects of life, especially communication and behavior. It is a developmental disorder because it's appear from childhood. That's what I've told you. It will appear from childhood, so especially the first 2 years of life. ASD or autism spectrum disorder is a lifelong disorder and it is not curable. Again, I'm specifically telling you guys, it is a lifelong disorder and it is not curable. But treatments can improve a person's symptoms and ability to function. So, early diagnosis and treatment is important. This ASD is characterized by difficulty with communication and interaction. So, the people with ASD cannot communicate properly, they cannot do proper interaction with others. They will show less interest in every activities what they are doing, and every time they do repetitive activities or repetition of activities, that is the most common signs and symptom which we can see in children. If they observe the children or child, this thing you can see, they do repeat the activities what they are doing, and it leads to inability to function properly in the school, work and other areas of their life. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that all children need to be screened or evaluated for autism because it is difficult to diagnose. That is a takeaway point, guys. The American Academy of Pediatrics recommends that all children need to be diagnosed or screened because it is very difficult to diagnose. While coming to the signs and symptoms, difficulty in communication, less interest on activities, no eye contact maintenance or inconsistent eye contact. That is the other observable signs and symptom we can see in children. No eye contact maintenance or inconsistent eye contact, tending not to listen to people, no sharing of expressing of enjoyment of objects or activities, not pointing or showing things to others, failing to respond to someone calling their name. If they get called by someone or someone is calling, they get failing to respond to someone calling their name. Having facial expression that do not match what is being said. For happy moment, sometimes very harsh face they will show, like having facial expression that do not match what is being said. Having an unusual voice like sing-sang or flat and robotic like voice they will produce. Having trouble in understanding another person's point of view. Failure in doing conversation. Talking about a favorite subject without noticing that others are not interested or not. That means they cannot understand the feeling of others. Next, which is very common and which is the very common signs and symptom which we can see in autism spectrum disorder, that is restrictive and repetitive behavior. So someone is asking about autism, or if someone is sharing something about autism or autism spectrum disorder, or if you are observing a child or person with autism or autism spectrum disorder, this signs and symptom you need to observe, that is restrictive and repetitive behavior. For example, repeating a word or a behavior, having interest or intense interest in certain topics such as numbers and fact, having focused interest like moving objects or parts of objects, getting upset by small changes in the daily routine, being more or less sensitive to light, noise, clothing or temperature, sleep problems, irritability. So these things are there for a person, means that person is having a chance of autism spectrum disorder. Then another thing, they have extra ability also, like able to learn things in a detailed way, remember information for long period of time, being strong visual and auditory learners, excelling in math, science, music, or art. So, extra talent also we can see. While coming to the causes, the exact cause of this condition is unknown. We don't know what is the reason. But while coming to the risk factors, as usual, genetic factors, your brother or sister or siblings have ASD means chance of spreading the condition from generation to generation. Having babies for older parents like after 35, 36 or 40 or 45, don't think that all the persons means older parents will get children with autism. Nothing like that. But that is a risk factor. There are chances. Having babies for older parents, having certain genetic conditions such as Down syndrome, Fragile X syndrome, Rett syndrome. These are all the chromosomal abnormalities. If the child is having these chromosomal abnormalities, there are chances of ASD. Then very low birth weight baby, like below 1 kg and all. While coming to the diagnosis, there is no specific diagnostic tool, but we can do history collection, physical examination, neurological examination, children developmental screening before 2 years, and while coming to the older children, like adolescents or for older children, their parents need to be identify their children's problem and take them to the hospital for screening. And who is doing this evaluation means a group of healthcare professionals. They include a pediatrician, a psychologist, a psychiatrist, a neuropsychologist, and a speech language pathologist. So these group of people will work together. And what they will evaluate means they will evaluate the thinking skill of the child or the person, language abilities of the child or the person, age appropriative skills, eating pattern, dressing skills, toileting skills, blood test, hearing test. So this many things they will do for the child to understand whether or to diagnose whether the child is having or the person is having autism spectrum disorder. And what is the diagnosis of ASD in adults? It is more difficult to diagnose ASD in children. So early screening of child development is necessary. And while coming to adults, if you see the signs and symptoms like social interaction problem in adult, sensory problem in adults, repetitive behaviors and restricted interest in adults, please talk to the doctor and undergo the screening process. Again, I'm saying you guys, it is very difficult to diagnose this condition. This is very important. Changes to the diagnosis of ACD. So before 2013, autistic disorder, Asperger's syndrome, pervasive developmental disorder not otherwise specified, PDD, were categorized as different disorders. Like one diagnosis autistic disorder, one diagnosis Asperger's syndrome, other diagnosis PDD, other diagnosis. But in the revised DSM, that is Diagnostic Statistic Manual, the DSM-5, all these conditions have been combined into one diagnosis, and that is known as Autism Spectrum Disorder or ASD. And while coming to the treatment, we are combining again treatment and therapies in almost all psychiatric conditions, not almost all, in all psychiatric conditions. Medications and therapies are combined together in a balanced way to get better result. But we are giving more importance for therapies comparing to medication because we are dealing with the emotional aspects of the person rather than the intellectual aspects. Behavioral therapy, psychological therapy, educational therapy. So these are all three types of therapies which we are providing for the patient. Behavioral therapy to change the maladaptive behavior into adaptive behavior, like repetitive behavior into normal behavior. Psychological therapy to improve the social interest of the person, to make them to active like a normal person. But there are limitations, guys, because this condition is not curable, but preventable. The symptoms are preventable. Educational therapy, because these children or these people will show very less interest or poor performance in the schools and activities. So educational therapy will help them to involve in the school and the activities which is taking place in the school. Medications will provide based on the situation. I cannot say this is a specific medication. Like depression, we can say antidepressant medication. For anxiety, I'll tell you anxiolytic drugs or anti-anxiety drugs. Here there is no specific medication. Medications will provide depend upon the condition of the patient. Sometimes there is no medication also, and we must be very cautious while giving the medication because we are dealing with the children, especially ASD. Mainly we can see in children because we will try to find out the condition in early time of their life. So medications, we must be very careful about medication, and if we give the medication also, we will provide the medication based on the situation, and all the therapies will provide to the patient or the child depend upon the stage and situation on status of the children. And the therapy will help the people to learn skill necessary to live independently. The therapy will help the people to reduce repetitive and restrictive behavior. The therapy will help the people to increase strength, and also the therapy will help the people to learn communication, language skill and social skill. So that is the aim of all the therapy, guys, because they have problems in communication, problems in activities, problems in eye contact, problems in interaction. So therapy will help the person to improve their skills, learn daily day-to-day skill which is necessary to perform the daily day-to-day activities. So this is about autism spectrum disorder. So before 2013, all the Asperger's, PDD and all were different disorder. But after that, after 2013, DSM-5 is considering or combine all this condition together, and now it is known as ASD, autism spectrum disorder. And again, guys, early screening of this condition is very important because very difficult to diagnose this condition. So autism spectrum disorder or ASD is a developmental disorder which affect the behavior and communication pattern of the person. Hope you understand. Thank you.